Have you ever pondered what the undeniable truth of life is? This question has been the subject of contemplation and debate for philosophers, scholars, and thinkers throughout the ages. Each one has come up with their own interpretation, their own version of truth, influenced by their personal experiences, their cultural background, and the era they lived in. Consider Socrates, for example. He believed that truth lies in knowing oneself. His famous aphorism, "Know thyself," still echoes in our ears, urging us to explore our inner selves for truth. Then there was Nietzsche, who proposed that there are no facts, only interpretations. To him, truth was a subjective matter, varying from person to person. Now let's bring it down to our level. Just like these philosophers, we too, in our everyday lives, encounter situations that lead us to our own truths. The experiences we go through, the lessons we learn from them, they all contribute to shaping our perception of truth. Think about it. Aren't our truths often a result of our personal experiences, whether it's a heartbreak that taught us the bitter truth about love, or a failure that revealed the harsh reality of success? It's these experiences that make the truth tangible, relatable, and more importantly, personal. However, it's crucial to remember that our truths, much like ourselves, are not static. They evolve, they change, and sometimes they even contradict themselves. And that's perfectly okay, because truth, in its essence, is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's as diverse and complex as we are. So what's the key takeaway here? It's that truth is often subjective and based on personal perception. It's not something absolute or universal, but rather, it's something that's unique to each one of us. As we journey through life, we each uncover our own truths. These truths may not be universal, but they are undeniable, at least to us. And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters the most? To find our own truths, to live by them, and to learn from them. Because without experience, no truth will ever be truly ours. Consider the ancient parable of the blind men and the elephant. A tale told across cultures and centuries, it brings to life an essential truth about the human condition. It begins with 6 blind men, each of whom is introduced to an elephant for the very first time. Unable to see the creature, they rely on their sense of touch to understand what stands before them. The first man steps forward, reaching out until his hands meet the elephant's sturdy, rough trunk. An elephant is like a large snake," he declares, confident in his assessment. The second man, however, touches the elephant's sharp, pointed tusks and disagrees. "No, it's more like a spear," he argues. The third man, feeling the elephant's large, flapping ear, shakes his head. "You're both wrong. An elephant is like a fan." The fourth man, who has been touching the elephant's broad, solid side, counters, "It's more like a wall." The fifth man, holding the elephant's thin, swaying tail, announces, "An elephant is like a rope." The sixth and final man, grasping the elephant's strong, sturdy leg, insists, "An elephant is like a tree." Each man, having only experienced a part of the elephant, firmly believes he understands the whole. They argue, each defending his own perception, each believing his truth to be the only truth. Yet each of them is correct, in a way. The elephant is indeed like a snake, a spear, a fan, a wall, a rope, and a tree. But it is also so much more. This is the nature of truth. It is multifaceted, complex, and often dependent on perspective. Our individual experiences shape our understanding of the world. They inform what we perceive as truth. But it's crucial to remember that our truth is not the only truth. There's always more to the story, more to learn, more to understand. Each man's truth was different, yet each was also correct. This is the nature of truth. In our modern world, how do we navigate our truth? In the digital age, we find ourselves immersed in an unending sea of information. We are perpetually bombarded with news, opinions, and perspectives from all corners of the globe, all at the click of a button. This, while incredibly empowering, can also be deeply overwhelming. It's like being in a room with thousands of voices, all screaming at once, each proclaiming their version of the truth. Now here's the challenge. Amidst this cacophony, how do we find the truth that resonates with us? How do we discern our personal truth from the myriad conflicting narratives that surround us? The answer, my friends, is not simple, but it is attainable. It requires a healthy dose of critical thinking, a dash of open-mindedness, and a generous helping of personal experience. Critical thinking is like a compass in this sea of information. It allows us to navigate the waves, to question what we see, what we hear, what we read. It encourages us to look beyond the surface, to probe deeper, to seek the underlying truth. Critical thinking doesn't accept information at face value. It scrutinizes, it analyzes, it discerns. But critical thinking alone is not enough. We must also be open-minded. We must be willing to entertain different perspectives, to consider viewpoints that differ from our own. Open-mindedness broadens our understanding, enriches our worldview, and ultimately brings us closer to our personal truth. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we must rely on our personal experiences. These are the lessons we've learned, the wisdom we've gained, the truths we've discovered through living, through experiencing life in all its complexities. Our personal experiences shape our understanding of truth. They make it real, they make it ours. In a world of information overload, finding our truth becomes a personal journey. It's a journey that demands bravery, curiosity, and authenticity. It's a journey that's unique to each one of us. It's a journey that's worth embarking on. Now let's delve into the tale of a scientist and a butterfly. In a quiet corner of a bustling city, a curious scientist found a butterfly cocoon. He watched, fascinated, as the creature inside struggled to free itself through a small opening. Hours passed, and the butterfly seemed to make no progress. Its struggle seemed endless and fruitless, and the scientist, moved by compassion, decided to assist. He took a pair of fine scissors and meticulously cut open the cocoon, freeing the butterfly. To his surprise, the butterfly's body was swollen, and its wings were shriveled. He waited for it to fly, but it never did. The scientist was perplexed. He had freed the butterfly from its struggle, yet it was unable to soar. After some research, he discovered a harsh reality. The struggle to break free from the cocoon was nature's way of strengthening the butterfly's wings. By cutting the cocoon, he had deprived the butterfly of that critical process. His well-intentioned intervention had, in fact, crippled the butterfly. This story serves as a profound metaphor for our understanding of truth. The struggle of the butterfly is akin to our personal struggles. We wrestle with challenges, face adversity, and sometimes feel like we're making no progress. But it's through these struggles that we gain strength, grow, and ultimately learn our truths. Truth isn't always something that can be handed to us like a fact in a textbook. Often it's something we must uncover through experience, through the trials and tribulations that life throws our way. Like the butterfly, we need these struggles to strengthen our wings, to learn, to grow, and to fly. In the end, the scientist learned a valuable lesson. He understood that he couldn't shortcut nature's process without consequences. He realized that the struggle was not only necessary but vital for the butterfly's survival. Sometimes the truth we learn from our struggles is the most valuable. So, what can we conclude about the essence of truth? Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey through the realm of truth. We've embarked on a fascinating expedition, traversing diverse terrains, from the parable of the blind men and the elephant to the story of the scientist and the butterfly. What did these narratives teach us? They highlighted the simple yet profound reality that truth is not an immutable one-size-fits-all concept. Instead, it's a kaleidoscope, a motley of perspectives shaped by our personal experiences and interpretations. Remember the blind men? Each had a unique encounter with the elephant, leading to different truths. Similarly, our personal experiences shape our understanding of the world around us, creating a mosaic of subjective truths. So truth, it seems, is not an absolute, but a relative construct, fluid and ever-changing like the waves of the ocean. The story of the scientist and the butterfly drives home another crucial aspect of truth. Just as the butterfly's struggle was essential for its development and survival, our struggles, our experiences are integral to our understanding of truth. We learn, we grow, we evolve, and our truths evolve with us. And what about truth in our modern times? In an age where information is at our fingertips, it's easy to be swayed by the cacophony of voices around us. But remember, it's your journey, your path to walk. The essence of truth lies in your personal exploration, in your courage to question, to seek, and to understand. So, embrace your journey. Embrace the uncertainty, the struggle, the joy, and the pain. For it's through this journey that you will find your truths, your understanding of the world. And these truths will be uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, your perceptions, your life. Remember, the journey to uncover your truth is as important as the truth itself.